Okay, everyone, once again, let me show you now how you can. So I want to show you now how you can do your coding in a very quick and basic way. So these are the files we had there. We had 3 files, and you can open each of them. You can open all of them actually individually. For example, so they open in different tabs. And so when you are doing your coding, this is the page you had before we're closing that anyway. It's just for your instructions, so we can leave it. It doesn't make any difference. So, but these are the 3 files in 3 tabs. So there's the first one you may click, click to edit so that you can work on it. So if, for example, we're working through these items and you want to code, you are reading through, and this one has your questions and answers. Some of you may just have a long narrative, where you have removed the questions, whichever way you have chosen to organize your transcript. So here, I mean, as you read through, you are trying to find it there. So coding is an iterative process. You might want to do an initial kind of coding and maybe adjust it later on. So here we are reading through, and in this case, the question is also a bit of a guide. So here we say, for example, even when first attack, when the first attack was launched, I mean, so you may find some of your transcript may need a bit of editing, or so if you have studied it before, or sometimes also you want the interviewer to speak for themselves. So there may be grammatical, errors, but you don't want to tamper with that in a sense. So I'm going to ignore all of those grammatical errors there and just go at the substance. So this is talking about giving us accommodation, the ward head, the chairman of the local government, and all of that. So and then NGOs and all of that there in that place, and you're reading. So here I might just want to say, okay, there's something here about communal leadership, or something, a role about communal leadership. Because here it's talking about the head of the ward. The ward is like a small unit in the local government, and then the local government itself coming. So this is so I want to quote this under a theme called communal leadership, or the role or impact of communal leadership. Again, it's an iterative process. I might read, 10 or maybe 5 transcript down the line and then decide to change this particular theme to something that is more suited. So your teams do know how to be set in stone. You can fine tune and refine them as you go along. But here I would just say communal leadership. And so that when you right click, you then bring all these options about how you want to code, or if you want to annotate, I may add new documents and so on and so forth. But here I will just go for the very first one, which is fairly straightforward. It's code. So I'm coding. I click on that, and it's asking, for the nodes. So the nodes will then be, where you want to put them. That is, the nodes are the themes that I want to use in this case. So since there's no node there, I'm creating this new node. I'm going to go for new node, which I call communal leadership. Okay. And so I have that communal leadership. And so that's a new code now. Just click out of it for a moment, go back there. And so I'm coding this particular, excerpt, these sentences under communal leadership. Okay, and there you go. That is it. So now you can then see here, later on, we go to node to bring something there. So again, I just scroll that particular transcript along as I read and all of that. And then there's no difference on how I operate my business, only that the insurgency has crippled me financially and that made me to operate at a very small scale. In the part, I rear and buy animals from surrounding communities and convey them to urban centers for sale, unlike what is obtainable now due to lack of finance. So here I just want to code this as the financial impact of the insurgency. So I just want to code the entire, paragraph here as okay, financial impact. So again, I right click, I go to code, and I will click on new because this is a new team, right? So this is financial impact. So and I select that as a financial impact. Sorry, I need to, yeah, so financial impact of insurgency. Okay, and then go there and click OK. So that is going to come under financial impact. And then off you go again. Work experience. This one can be work experience. So I can click this and again create another node and say, just a moment there. Also. So yeah, so I say work experience. So again, code there is a new code again. It's a new team. So and I say that is work experience. So okay, so what I just we created 3 new teams now, so that when I then run through the next transcript, okay, and all of that, I may be able to find similar things. Again, as you read through, you may find something that is related to that. So again, here he's talking about all my extended families that reside within the area. They are not better than me. Okay. Yeah, so again, okay, this is a good one. So here again, it says I've been in business for over 40 years. I don't have any qualification, but with the wealth of experience for that long, it has helped me in giving me direction in the business I've ventured into. This is a good one because we can then code this at one of the nodes that we have created. So because this is related to work experience, we already have a node on work experience. So if I go here, I can go to code and go there and then select work experience instead of going to new node. So I select work experience. So that is one way to do it. Or I can go here and click node and then go to recent node. When you put the cursor on recent node, it's bringing all those items, recent items. So if it's one of the recent nodes, I will just use this instead of going here. So here I will just go here and then click on work experience. So that is one way to do it. But let's just go back to what we've done before and use that. So we go to code and then select work experience and then click OK. So that's good. So you can now see that when you look at your list of files, it's telling you now that one of them you have been doing some coding on them. So we're still under files. So now let's now go to notes. When I now go here to notes and I want to go back, so this is it. So you can see that with communal leadership, there is one reference, one file. That means I've only, coded. I mean, I've only worked on one transcript, and one reference to communal leadership, one to financial. But work experience has 2 references. So let's click on this. So if I now go to notes and I click on work experience, it's going to bring those 2 items, those 2 references. Can you see now? So it's opened it on the new tab as a node. These ones and these are all files, but they all on the same tab. You keep opening new tabs. So here you can then see that if I want to go to file number 1 and I want to find how many references to work experience there, you can see it. So here in that part of the file, and here on this part of the file. And if you have 5 more references to work experience in that one file, it's going to show it here. So that if you are writing up and you are writing up a subsection of work experience, you can see all the quotations, all the things that you have highlighted relating to work experience. And that is what NVivo does. So that when you're writing up, you can then maybe, let's say you have about 6, excerpts there related to work experience. You can quickly then look at them specifically and identify maybe 1 or 2 that you want to bring into your discussion of that particular item. or into your presentation defining on that particular item. And that is what coding is about in a nutshell. Okay. I'm going to stop there for now because what I just wanted to do with this is just to go over the basics. I will do a few more down the line to show some of the more advanced parts of NVivo. But that is how you can do your coding. And now you can go back and pick it. So again, if you want to look at what is on communal leadership, you double click it, and it brings you another tab there where you can see that paragraph that you marked. So that is the way this works. Okay, all right then. So all the best. Happy coding with NVivo.